think we got it.
You started?
Huh?
You started?
Oh yeah, we got.
Yo, what's up, man? And you know she gonna be here that laugh in the back.
Yo, it's good.
But yo,
It's another motherfucking episode. It's 3, right?
episode 3, Tokyo.
Episode 3 to Tokyo.
Tokyo.
We got a studio audience in the building.
Go to the studio.
So we gonna have some claps and some eons. We had the birthday girl from last week, Talili. You can come say what up. I don't want you to think like you're not allowed to show yourself on camera.
Yeah.
But it's just like I just wanted to establish, like I said last week, we just want to establish this whole shit before we start bringing guests on. But she just want to come through, chill. She fucking with the vibes. We was like, fuck yeah, come through. This is a podcast. We just having conversations. And then we just think.
Got here before. No.
She was here early, nigga.
Yo.
And niggas betted breakfast on it, nigga. She got me breakfast, my nigga. I'm good. Like, nigga,
Yo.
tastes great. This nigga healthy as fuck too, nigga. Yo, get you a nigga like Dior. So you nigga made me eggs.
Niggas a clown.
Nigga didn't even make. He gave me bacon, right? It's turkey bacon. Nigga cares about my heart.
Let me sit down.
Get you a Dior, bitches. I'm telling y'all, I can't scoop him because I don't go that way. Get you a Dior. You may not get him, but get you. He's a type, right? Alright?
Yo. Yeah.
He gangster and aggressive too, if you like that, girl. He aggressive. I know y'all be liking that.
Yo.
Because y'all be like, nigga, because I'm too soft. I ain't soft, but I get it.
Yo, bro. When he said...
Speaking of soft.
The irony.
Speaking of soft, right? That's what the topic of today is. Y'all soft ass nigga. Nah, I'm just playing.
You know what's crazy, bro? Like,
sensitivity.
Cause I'm sensitive, bro.
Oh, yo, bro.
I learned that by myself.
Yo, bro.
I had to really.
It's kind of like what I said last week with the ego. It's only bad if you're not aware of it. You know what I mean? Because if you can't catch yourself in certain moments, you know what I mean? And the thing about it is, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with being sensitive. You know what I mean? Because I'm a sensitive ass nigga too. Mm-hmm. But that's not my fault. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a crier. It's not my fault, all right? Because I was the baby, motherfucker. It was okay for me to cry growing up. And now I be trying to stop. Look, see, I'm trying to stop my tears. And this shit just keep falling out. I'm like JC song cry, nigga.
Yo,
but I'm the song. I'm not here. I'm the song. And I just keep crying.
I hate crying, bro. Like, if I cry right now, I'm probably crying for some shit at 10 years old. Like, bro, I don't cry. I think crying is one of the worst.
Yo.
And it give me a headache, too.
Yo, my brothers, two. I thank them to this day. It didn't work because I'm still a crier. Like, if I get emotional, and it's like, the thing about it is, like, I cry more when I'm happy than if I'm upset.
You a happy crier.
I'm a crier, nigga. If I'm mad, I'm gonna cry too, nigga. It might be a Denzel Glory tear, and you know what I mean? But it's like shit rolling down. You know what I mean? Like if I win an Oscar or a Lifetime Achievement Award or whatever shit, nigga, I'm gonna sound like Terrence Howard during that speech. I'm like, I'd like to thank you guys and the Academy for this honor.
Yeah, speaking of
and I'm sounding like Iverson. The niggas always sound like they about to cry.
The sensitivity.
Talking about practice.
Yeah, I learned that when I be talking to the guests. I remember when I was wilding on the manager, not wilding, but like, y'all people different here. It just hit me 2 days ago. I'm taking a shower, like, oh, that's why he took it like that. Y'all people are different here. And he didn't know what I was trying to say. But I was talking about the business.
Uh-huh.
And what do you mean by that? Bro, I dead hit.
Who said that?
The one of the managers.
Oh.
But I get it now. It's people. You have to be very clear.
Was it this manager?
Yeah, but
he always gets so sensitive.
But I'm learning, like,
when that happens. I don't know
before
why.
you speak and before you have a real intense conversation with people.
Michael told me the same situation. He's like, "What do you mean by that?"
You gotta have a glossary, like a dictionary. Because
but like
your light might not be my light.
Nah, the thing about it is pain bodies, bro. It's connected to our pain bodies, our triggers. You know what I mean? So it's like you may never blow up arguing with a nigga, but you will blow up arguing with a woman because she's able to poke that pain body, the trigger. I don't like when a woman put her hand, but whether it be it makes sense, not whether it's sexist, or, you know what I mean. I grew up in a household where my women are docile, so no woman could raise their voice at me. So now you in a relationship and you attracted to this girl, but she, you know, she fire. Or fire sign, I guess what you could call it, you know what I mean? So she got the attitude and the and like your dumbass thought like she ain't gonna do that shit with me. Yeah, she got everybody else, she ain't gonna do that shit with me. And then she get the and you like, oh no, now you triggered and shit. And it's just like, are you so sensitive? Oh, women,
Dogs, I
if,
remember.
unless you have a real nigga and it's very the niggas apparently are very good at acting real secure, apparently, or y'all very bad at seeing insecurities in niggas. Don't call a nigga sensitive.
Now you know this is what she said earlier when I was talking to Leah. Some people, a lot of people just have that empath. They see the good. They can see the good in a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
And this damn, and it's in some people not to give that up. Like, nah, I'm gonna try at the detrimental of themselves. You feel me?
Oh right. See, yeah, I don't do that no more. I don't say them. But it's like that's why I get along with everybody. Cause I don't judge you off of your asshole. You know what I mean? Like especially at work. You know what I mean?
Said I get along with everybody.
Cause
that shit is
Cause
crazy.
it's like even now, like who I was talking about earlier, who said they're not black, they're not African, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next day, they asked me for chicken tenders. I gave him 7. I don't hold no, you know what I mean?
Oh, you good?
Like I wasn't upset with her, cause like I said, is everybody's on their journey, and what's crazy is like, it was my fault too because I assumed.
Yeah, the underlying.
And that's where my ego would want to feel like, oh, I don't want to talk to this person because I assumed this about them and they were wrong and I'm disappointed. And how could I misjudge that or not see that? It's just like,
fact.
Stop being so sensitive. But the thing about it is like, even in that moment, I could see how I came off as sensitive because I was like, are you kidding me? What? And I'm dramatic about this shit.
Like,
but the thing about it is like, I'm definitely sensitive, but it's just like, I luckily have the gift of humor. So I can channel my sensitive, like I just fake cried on camera and feel no type of way about it, you know what I mean? And one day I'm probably gonna cry in front of people and I'm not gonna feel a way about it because it's like, I understand I'm a crier. I'm still in that moment gonna try not to cry, but I understand a couple tears might be falling down my eyes because JC made this song cry. And he can't see them rolling down his eyes, so he looking at me, so he gonna see this tear.
What I peeped about being sensitive, and another aspect,
right,
is like when you feel, like yesterday when when he really made sure I cleaned this shit, like felt the whole, you're not getting away this time, bro. Like you gonna do it this time.
Right.
And I started getting like a little kid inside, being told something you ain't want to, like, not because I didn't want to do it, but I didn't know how to do it, and it was more so, like, I didn't want to learn it. I was being sensitive to the fact of, yo, like, so I called myself about to, like, catching the, like, ew, like, dogs, what's wrong with you? So I really stopped, and I just stopped talking, bro, and I just let him talk, yo, do it like, and boom, bro, I actually stood there longer, but I had no malice, no, like I usually do. So I realized I get sent. If you tell me to do something, automatically it's like I don't want to do it. But if I don't know how to do it, it's more, and I know, and I'm gonna have to. It's more so. I might snap, I might bark, and then for what? Then for what am I doing that for?
No, you good.
And I peep.
You know what's so crazy? That same scenario happened with me, but it happened with my baby mother. Bro, she was telling me about myself, and our old habits came up. We started arguing, and I couldn't hear what she was saying, and she was telling me about myself.
Yo.
And the thing about it is like, what it was so much too was, I know I've been doing well lately, but I'm still fucking up. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I guess my ego was hurt, felt so sensitive that, oh, how you gonna, Talia, how you gonna come at me about my screw up when I'm doing so well right now? Like, we're in such a better place that we were, period. Like, even from when we first met and we was like really cool, close best friends before we even had a child together, whatever the case may be. It's just like, we're better even now than we were then. How can you say all these fucked up things about me? But it was just like, there's certain shit. And it's kind of like with how I said with all baby mama drama is 95 to 100% always the baby father's fault. And it's just like, she was telling me shit that I was just like, that I'm working on. That's the thing too. Yeah. So now that I'm working on this shit and you calling me out on it, sensitive, like, it was so sensitive. So then I started lashing out and doing my old shit, raising my voice, arguing back. And then at a certain point I caught myself, and what's so crazy and dangerous about catching yourself too quick is I almost sounded sarcastic. Cause I was like, you know what? Tell me what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Cause I wanted her to lay it out for me so I could hear it without combating it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause the whole time she was telling me about myself, I was listening to rebuttal. Now I want to listen again with no rebuttals. I'm just gonna eat that shit. But it was too quick, so she like, yeah, whatever. And I'm just like, nah, like, for real, my nigga. I know we both hot right now, but like, we gotta do this shit. Like, you know what I mean? I was late for work for this shit, and I didn't give a fuck. And them niggas wrote me up for that. I don't give a fuck. Like, this is way more important. Yeah, and I'm already started doing my podcast and shit where it's like, I'm gonna have money when I'm already setting myself up for other opportunities. So it's not even to say that I'm gonna squirrel this job, but it's just like, I know this job is way more important. This job I can't get fired from. And then on top of that, this is my connection to my daughter. Point blank period at this point. Now when my daughter's a little older and she could travel by herself, then yeah, whatever. But right now, she is the primary caretaker of my daughter. This is my parent. And then on top of that, with our situation, I need to be over there or around her to be around my daughter. Point blank period. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I need our relationship to be fucking good. So I'm like, you know what? You telling me shit I don't want to hear right now, but I gotta eat this shit. Bro. And it's like the same shit with your whole...
And just right now, it's crazy. I gotta be more sensitive to certain things. Like right now, you see, I'm not even trying.
Talking to my
ash
heart
right here, and there was an ashtray right next to you. So it brings me back to, where's the lids?
Right next.
Where's the green one was right there. He moved it though. So it's like,
I did not see
I know. So it's more so like, dogs, because you can see it and you focused.
Oh,
people in their own world, bro.
Oh,
people
man.
in their own, but they worried, bro. They got 50 other things they worried about. And to you, it may be use your eyes, and you know what I'm saying. But how many times you stood somewhere in the middle, and you know, and that's the human part. That I feel like every time I used to get real, it's because I was denying what is. You feel me? You can, every time you fight the what is, you're gonna feel something.
Yo, but
you're going against it.
She really told me about my fucking self, bro. And I had to sit there and fucking eat it, bro. And when I sat there and ate it, that's when
she gained a whole new respect for you.
Yeah. Even if she didn't, bro, like, I was able to grow from that situation, and it's like, yeah, it was sensitive and it was really hard to bite the bullet. Because the thing about it is, once I switched, she wasn't off yet. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, now I already got her riled up. I gotta hear about myself riled up. She's not trying to be.
I don't know how you can do that.
She's not trying to be tippy toe. You know what I mean? So it's, and the thing about it is, like, I have to understand that because I'm a passionate motherfucker, and when I'm in it, it's really hard for me to dial back.
Just to be like, yo, hold on. Let me listen.
Woosah. Okay.
I want to talk.
How I feel.
Not doing that.
I can't. So I had to hear it rah rah, and basically, I feel like it don't even matter what. Like I would only tell her she would need to work on that because she was telling me she don't get how at the end of the whole thing I was thanking her, and she was like the another nigga that she was dealing with, right, used to bash her about the same shit I'm thanking her for right now. And I'm just like, the only reason why is because I'm able to put my ego aside and my pride to the side to really listen to what you're saying and then really take it in to better myself. You know what I mean? Because I actually want to better myself. I'm not thinking about just being right. I want our shit to work. Like I need us to be. I need us to be on good terms, nigga. It's not an option for me, my nigga. Like the lifestyle that I want to live, I'm be traveling a lot. You know what I mean? We need to be on good terms for me to be having contact and communication with my children.
Well, at the same time, then doing it organically as well. You're
Right.
not forcing yourself.
Right. And the thing about it too is like that was another thing that she brought up. The fact that my situation shouldn't be her like it's weird having your baby father at your house trying to talk to a nigga.
Yeah.
So it's like, nigga, like
yeah.
I understand your situation, but you gotta figure it out, cause like you can't always come here to be with your daughter, cause it's like, nigga, I'm with her 100% of the time, so I'm always here. And then,
for you to say that, boy, wow, that's like when I was.
And it's like I can't do nothing but respect that shit. It's like, damn, yeah, I wouldn't want.
That's how I felt.
I'm not trying to bring no shorty to my baby mother house,
Exactly.
That would be weird as fuck. So it's just like, oh
I
damn.
I can't keep bringing my.
So okay.
My mother's crib in the room, the next room, bro. That's as a man, how you feel? Like how does that work, bro? That does.
And what's crazy about that is we was talking about that a couple of weeks earlier about that shit. Like, I was telling her like, yo, I'm at the point where I can't really talk to girls because where the fuck am I bringing them?
You can't even afford to bust a nut. Real shit.
If I can't pay, I don't have my own spot. You know what I mean? And even if I have my own spot, priority rules that my children has to have a room and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, so now if I have a spot and I can have my children, that's priority number one. I'm not even thinking, oh, can I get bitches here? I'm thinking, oh, where can my kids sleep? Where can I bring my kids so they can chill with a nigga? You know what I mean? And I don't have to be always at their mother's crib to be with them or whatever the case may be. So it's just like.
So the first step to overcome sensitivity is this. Of course, you gotta talk to you gotta be honest with yourself. You're
gonna have to eat some shit,
nigga.
You know what I mean?
You know it's crazy.
It's a restroom check. You don't want to do it.
A restroom check on a Tuesday after the first prime.
It's a restroom check and a nigga missed.
Oh, not that.
Number 1 and 2.
Yo, yesterday 4 people
in multiple stores.
4 people threw up.
You know what I mean?
Different dealers, bro. It was bad.
Right? And then the bathroom's packed.
It was the hot
while the bathroom's packed. You know what I mean?
Real
so
shit.
niggas waiting for you to clean up the shit so they could go shit. Cause it's like, so you have to do this again right after this, real soon. So it's just like you gotta, and that shit is hard to do by yourself, bro. So now if somebody's telling you it, and then if you have because the thing about it is like me and my baby mother, both of them, we have a valid and strong foundation of a friendship. You know what I mean? And it's just like the fact that we're not together, but we family. It's like they have their own asterisk little bubble. You know what I mean? I'm not yours, you're not mine, but it's like we connected. I don't want to just take care of you because you my children's mother. That's part of it, but it's just like I care about you. You know what I mean? I care about your well-being outside of the fact because I fucked with you as a human being outside before we had a child. You know what I mean? Facts. So it's just like the fact that we had a child together and we're what's the word? Able to realize or understand that we don't want to be together, or that's not what we both want for this. It's like, where does that relationship, and then where does that apply to their next relationship? Because now me going into my next relationship, I have 2 baby mothers, and it's just like, how is that gonna affect me and her relationship? How are they gonna be towards her or she towards them or whatever, vice versa? You know what I mean? And then when they get into relationships, how they are he gonna feel? You know what I mean? If he gonna feel more comfortable if I'm already in a relationship or if I'm already married, or is he not? You know what I mean? Because the thing about it is like the relationship that me and my baby mothers have outside of a friendship, looking outside, looking in, the typical baby mother, baby father relationship, if they're this cool, they fucking.
Yeah, of course, automatically. That's the first though.
It's fact to people. It's not even a thought. It's a fact.
It's a
Cause we're programmed to be, and we're raised in dysfunction. You know what I mean? So dysfunction becomes cognitive dissonant. It's normal to the point where when you don't see it, that's what something's off. When everything's right, that's when something's off. Because we so used to things being off, that became right or comfortable for us.
You make things complicated. It's human.
It's not even necessarily. Maybe for a white person living in America, but for a black person, society definitely gives us all the tools for us to definitely fall into that hole. You know what I mean? But it's just like outside of that, it's like regardless of society and your environment, if you a man or call yourself a woman, a man. And when I say man and woman, I don't use that lightly because there's a lot of grown girls and grown boys out here. That's why we got to talk about this topic, sensitivity, because what's sensitive is you gotta be a man, you gotta be a woman, you gotta be able to look at yourself, see your wrongs, understand that it's okay that you fucked up, and then do your best to do better. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's not easy to do by yourself. So now when you got somebody telling you that shit, the levels of your ego's gonna flare up a couple of times, and for you to shut him up and still listen to what they're saying to try to apply that or figure out how to apply that to your life to better yourself and understand that too. You know what I mean? This person, regardless of how they may come off or how you're taking it, is not against you right now. My baby mother's not against me. She's not telling me this shit because she can't stand my ass. Don't get me wrong, she can't stand my ass because I keep doing this shit, but she's not telling me that for that reason. It's because it's not fair, it's fucked up, and there's something that needs to change. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a flaw that I have that for whatever reason most other people don't see it, or it hasn't came up in other people's relationship with me and other people, but it's just like she's something she sees, you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, even though I may be sensitive right now, I gotta be a man, a big boy, not even a big boy, I gotta be a man.
When the facts.
Eat that shit.
And that's just that's the underlining of why shit just be end up so complicated. Since you can't be honest with that's why I had to learn, if you can't be honest with yourself, you ain't gonna be honest with nobody else.
It's almost impossible to be honest with anybody else if you're not honest with
The
yourself.
same way, if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Truly.
Like, cause the thing about it is, if you're not honest with yourself and you're able to convince your ego's able to convince you of the lies that you believe, then when you arguing with somebody, you're not even coming from a place of dishonesty. You get me?
Yeah, I learned that. That's the way. It's crazy because I totally understand that. I have a true disdain. I believe that's probably one of the most deadliest traits you can have, bro. That's sociopath. That's sociopath shit, bro.
It's what it is. People are not taught to be aware of themselves.
So you got
like literally, like when you go to sleep at night, can you go back through your day and not necessarily feel what you felt, but like re-look at shit? You know what I mean? Like, I got upset today, and go back through the argument and like start. Cause what's crazy is like I literally like you ever see them detective shows,
Yeah.
and it'll be the crime scene, and then the detective will come there, and then the crime will start happening, and they'll be like looking at the thing, and
Yeah.
but it's still the crime scene. I will be able to go back into my day during the argument and listen to what the fuck the person said
Facts.
when I wasn't able to listen because I was still arguing and
Exactly. Just to
I could, and that's the same shit when I was in school. I could disrupt the class and listen to the teacher at the same damn time. You know what I mean? So
That's
it's just
it.
like
It's
I'm able to go back
priorities.
into time. It's not priorities. It's a skill that I naturally just had.
Exactly.
I have that
But it's
because
skill, but
I had
skill
that
you have
because
to-
I had that for comedy
Yeah,
because I want to mimic somebody and
Copy.
played
But
it
it's a
right back
skill.
instantly.
A skill you
That's
work
the
on.
skill.
Though. A skill you have to keep working.
But it's
you have
like,
to work on
but the
it,
thing
bro.
about it is like, fuck it. As I naturally, because God gifted me with talent, I naturally had. I mean, with comedy,
Mm-hmm.
I naturally had that thing, and then I was able to actually use it and apply it somewhere else. A lot of remember when I was talking about learning.
Yeah.
You have to interpret. You gotta read the information, interpret it,
Yeah.
and then be able to reverberate it or understand it, and then actually be able to apply what you heard to. You know what I mean? So it's just like the fact that I'm able to do it here. Most people may be able to do it here, but they don't know how to apply it here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like the fact that I was able to do it. I understand now. Oh, I'm fucking lucky. But it's just like now there needs to be a class where it's like I'm not trying to teach you comedy. I'm trying to teach you how to watch yourself. You know what I mean? How to naturally be while you walking down the street. What I like to do is imagine me as a you know when you're playing a video game, God of War. Watch yourself from God of War view, and it's hard to do at first because it's like how do I look at myself from the top of my head and think, you know what I mean? But if you look at your surrounding and just like imagine everything a little bit higher to look over you, like, you know what I mean? It's just like try to imagine yourself, you know what I mean? And then your imagination will fucking blow your mind what the fuck it could do. You know what I mean? And then keep that recording in your subconscious. And that's why I meditate a lot, so I could tap into my subconscious and tap into what I wasn't paying attention to in the moment, but I could go back into the moment. And then on top of that, because I couldn't read, because I had that flaw, picture perfect memory. I could see something. Yo, in my house, when everybody lost somebody, they always like, yo, go ask Remy. Why? Because I never move shit. When I saw something somewhere, I remember where it was, and it's just like, yo, Remy, you know where the screwdriver is? And I'll go like behind the refrigerator and the last drawer in the. It's just like, what the fuck? And it's like I remember seeing it there, and it's just like, yo, this nigga's it's different. You know what I mean? But it's like what it was is I couldn't read, so I had to remember shit. I used to have to use pictures to understand the story real quick, so when the teacher asked me a question, I could answer it and not look like a dumbass. So it's just like. And then I'm able to actually apply it in different situations. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's how I was able to understand or how to develop that skill. But it's just like most people do not watch themselves,
Fact.
are not aware of what they're doing, and then even when you're doing something, tapping into the matrix, I call it. When you start fucking up and you see yourself fucking up, but you don't stop fucking up, you just really watch yourself fuck up. You know what I mean? It's really hard to do, to catch yourself in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, in the middle of your fuck up, like, oh, shit, I'm fucking up right now. But it's not to try to correct it. It's to see yourself and examine yourself. And it's like, oh, look, I'm doing this shit. I always get mad at people when they do that shit. I'm doing that shit right now. Wow. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, damn. Oh, shit.
the
So
same-
now,
the
when I had
same-
arguments with my
exactly,
baby
bro.
mothers or whoever,
But bro,
I'm
it's
able
the
to go
same
back
shit.
in time and then...
It's like, yeah, because once you could do that, same way like some people, instead of me getting angry at all these guests, switch because eventually you become, it's your priority now to get angry. That's
it becomes habit.
exactly.
Right.
So now I have to learn
And then
to channel that.
And then your ego gets comfortable
Exactly.
with that shit.
So I have to learn how to channel that into a different. So now, there you have to be able. In order for you to be able, you have to be able to look at yourself.
Have
Facts. And it gets to either point where you feel, how you say, you feel sick. You literally feel sick about it, or you see it's not working no more. that always not working no more, or you just feel stagnant. That's the third way. You could feel stagnant. That's how I felt interacting with guests. Like those, you always just want to fight. You always, whether you are you sensitive to what's gonna be said to you, if you don't come out quick enough with the fool, you dig what I'm saying? So,
oh yo, bro, that's crazy, bro. I have never gotten bad reception from a guest with their food. And what's crazy
that
is,
shit,
y'all know how I do.
yo, 10 minutes. That's crazy,
nigga,
bro. That's different.
Like, I do the whole top row and I bring it all out at the same time. So, the motherfucker who was first is getting their food 10 minutes late. And the motherfucker who was going to get getting their food at 15. And the last person on that row is getting their food in 10. Because I'll probably, in that 5-minute gap, I have all this shit ready. You know what I mean? So, it's just like... But I always be like, for that, here you go, enjoy, and that's enjoy your movie. And most people don't say that shit to the guests.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I ask them if they need sauce, and then if they was waiting a good minute, I'll be like, yo, I'm sorry for the wait time, bro. And it's nothing personal. I don't be and I know it sound like it may sound like it because like if the song is off, I'll go and change the song. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is like that keeps me in my groove. That keeps me in, like the other day, I brought Juanita's speaker to the, I had it upstairs, and my nigga, I got in the groove, bro. Like, it was busy too, nigga, and I was bumping too, and it's just whoop, 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 and then luckily we had a lot of urban guests coming through, and they enjoyed the music too, but it's like, I definitely couldn't do that during the day, but it's just like, yo, like, music really affects how I flow in the kitchen. And it's just like, I guess I subconsciously knew that, so I'm like, yo, if the song is off, I'll really stop. It could be 3 orders on red, and I gotta stop and fix the song. Cause it's, you know what I mean? It's not priority, but it's like, it helps everything flow better.
You know, the irony goes falling in, just tying into our other subject as well. I remember I vented to a black woman, right?
Right.
That actually we vent to. I remember, bro.
Oh,
and
right.
I did for it to be, and for later at the end of the argument or whatever it was to be like interaction. They stopped saying interaction. Oh, that's what you was mad about, huh? Mock, you know. So I vented, and you mocked it.
Right.
But. That you
and
said
tying
into what you said earlier. If you can't be dishonest, if you believe what you're saying is honest, you remember?
Mm-hmm.
So, at this, you promoting this black love and all that, but your actions is, you can't handle it when it really happens.
Right.
Or you can't see it for what it is. You can't see it for what it is.
Damn, I don't see what's wrong with me, but I see why. I don't get so mad at people because I instantly thought, what the fuck made her like that?
Oh, that's the first though.
That's the first thing that I saw. I'm like, something shifted. What made that shift for her? You know what I mean? Because especially if she's saying black love, it's the perspective thing. And can it be like I show you the example of the wall? Y'all looking at the same thing, but half your face, like we both looking at the same thing, but there's a barrier right here. So you can only see through the left eye. She can only see through the right eye. I don't know if this is right for you guys, but y'all get the idea, right? So it's just like, I could see everything out here. But this eye, if I close this eye, I can only see my hand, and I can only see a little bit over here with my peripherals. So these two people, this person who has, you know what I mean? Now with my both eyes open, I can see both of the situations. So this is probably a third person's party. This would probably be one person in the argument. This is another person in the argument. And everybody's perspective is different. And that's why nobody could get the other person. You know what I mean? And what I usually think about is, where the fuck did this hand come from? You know what I mean? Because I get that there's a fucking barrier in the motherfucking view of one or both of the motherfuckers. So it might be, you got to make it like this. And so this motherfucker can see what the fuck this been going. Oh, I get it now. I got to talk to you like this from now on because you don't see this whole part. So I got to explain this to you. You know what I mean? And it's just like, so now I always think, when you just said that, I didn't think, oh, that stupid bitch, let's go kill her. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And it's just like, damn, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It was probably some fuck boy. It was probably she never seen that shit before. She didn't even understand that you chose her to vent to, and the privilege that she just got. She don't even understand what just happened.
You the definition of an empath on mama's.
Joe, it's not. It's the thing about it's my.
I respect
it's my.
it,
It's my. It's my dad's fault because he a Libra.
You really.
He balanced.
You really like on some Jesus Christ vibes, my nigga.
Nah.
This nigga, yo, boy,
You know what?
see the good. He really, bro. I swear to God, everything I come at, yo, I could come at this nigga with all types of evidence, bro, and he'll find a way to make a case to be like, listen,
I'm not making. I swear to God, I'm not.
It makes sense.
Because the thing about it is, like, I'm not making a case for her. Because, like, the way I view shit, you 21, 25, bitch, you gotta figure this shit out, bitch. There's no more excuses. You grown. You can't blame your mom. You can't blame your dad no more. So this is why I want my shit to talk.
But even in that,
younger kids, because it's like
it's still.
Oh right, that's my earnest. That's my aggressive. Look, if you're too old,
like no bullshit.
Once you get 25, bitch, you have to own your life.
Like no bullshit.
It's your life. Do what you want.
If I see you knock something out, bro, that shit, like you will fuck me up, bro. Like if I see you giving it, like, boom, like nah.
See, the thing about it is,
really bugged me out, bro.
I hope I never get into a fighting interaction.
Of course.
But I hope if I do, I'm still not upset.
Oh, you want to look? That's
because the thing about it is, if I'm not upset, I might be a little bit more scared because I could probably do a lot more damage. Cause I'll probably lock in like.
So you one of those?
And the thing about it is like I never got to use what I learned, nigga. You think I'm coming for the face, body, nigga? Yo, I'm fucking up a nigga ribs, nigga. Don't come for me, nigga. I'll come for the ribs, nigga. I don't eat ribs no more, nigga. I want ribs.
So somebody used to get the better of you, you the type to still talk shit after. Like you the one to still like if you.
What do you mean?
Like if somebody whoop your ass, say hypothetically, you still after you still gonna be.
The type of nigga I am, I wouldn't want it to be fair. Like I want to do what Nick Cannon was trying to do with Eminem. But the thing about it too is like, what I'm gonna naturally do is I want to start a fucking fight club first off, where it's just me and my niggas. It'll be me, you, all of us niggas. You know what I mean? We go to boxing. We take boxing lessons. You know what I mean? Especially once we paid and it. Like we all gonna be taking boxing lessons and we just gonna spar. It's not gonna be like we trying to knock niggas out, but let's make sure we on our P's and Q's in case motherfuckers ever want to try us. They'll you know what I mean? Like I love coming to America. I love coming to America for that shit. And it's just like, and then they showed you that in the movie. In the beginning, when he was getting his balls washed and everything, he also exercised and he knew how to defend himself. I love the FOI for that too. They teach them how to fight. I'm already know. I'm planning for all my children. I'm teaching all my children to fight. And I already told you, my son gonna have to spar with me one day. He gonna do some shit where I'm gonna be like, yo, put them gloves on. Remember everything I taught you? You're gonna have to use it right now, cause we getting in the fucking ring.
What's your son sensitive to?
Huh?
Like what bothers your son? What's sensitive to him?
My son.
Like what you do to get him? Like what would get him? Like you offended him?
Like he a king. It's like what I didn't realize he was a Leo.
He's a Leo.
He's a Leo. His name is King, and I think I know words are powerful, you know what I mean? And he already embodies king.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's just like even with me and what I think a king in and probably all my energy, my song Black Man You a King, like, and then the fact that I view us black men as king and I want to raise him as a king, and that's why when my baby mother came up with that name, I was like sold on that shit. Like, that's better than Remy Roy Jr. Like
K-I-N-G or K-Y?
Yeah. No, K-I-N-G.
K-I-N.
And it's just like, that nigga, if he don't get his way, he's like, fuck you mean? And now he's dramatic. That nigga make sure he got space and go, go on his knees. And if it ain't going his way, he'll turn around and die. And then he'll cry. But like he need his way all the time, and he's cute and he know it, and
They
he
be
used to
knowing.
that shit.
They be knowing.
It's not even like they know it. It's how they're introduced into life because everybody treats them like that. You know what I mean? Everybody sees them and goes, "Oh, you're so cute." So if everybody treats you like that, you're going to
Yeah.
act accordingly. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a fucking baby and you don't know any better. So it's just like, but that shit don't work with me. I had a daughter. Not to say she was cuter, cause this nigga's up there on the chart. I'm like, yo, I be looking at this nigga since I'm like, yo, you a fucking cute ass motherfucker. You getting on my nerves right now, but you a cute ass little nigga right now. Like, I could almost laugh right now cause you so damn cute, but you get on my fucking nerves. Cause you're like, no, and it's just like, that's cute as fuck, but nigga, like, I really need you to listen to me and get the fuck up off this floor right now. And everybody's looking like, oh, he's so cute. Look how he's sitting up. And I'm like, yeah, that is cute, but not right now, my nigga. Get up.
Definitely not right now.
So it's just like, he's used to getting his way, and when he don't get it, he like, what? Fuck you mean? But he don't say that. He just I'm paraphrasing, cause he don't even talk yet. He just, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
But yeah, my nigga.
That.
He don't, you know what I mean?
That's
He,
it.
I don't think
I'm not
when we
even
get a
gonna
little bit
ask.
older, you know what I mean, he could talk and he could really say things. I could probably tell you more detail, but it's like for the
Yeah,
most part,
I'm very
he's
intrigued.
very like he's a king.
So
he
what,
he goes wherever he please.
So what
he
annoys your daughter? I mean, what's she sensitive to? Like, what makes her go? Like, you offend her, being that she older.
She don't like to be outshined or outwitted, especially if she's thinking. She like to be, when she wants to be, she likes to be the center of attention. And the thing about it too is, if she don't want all that energy, she not with all that energy. So you gotta be able to read her. You know what I mean? Cause the other day I came with her with mad energy and she dead straight cried on me, and I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? And it was just like, she wasn't with the shits right then and there. And I didn't even peep that. I was just like, yo, my fault. Like, I didn't mean to make you cry. I was just, shit, like, I miss you. Like, that's the first thing I miss your ass. The first thing I came over, you was in the bed all sick, and I was like, oh, you should get off of me. I was like, no, and then she started like, oh, shit, I want you, mommy. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, that's
Shit,
different.
I was sitting in the room like, but it was, and I was just like,
See,
I ain't.
that comes with its own.
I was just like, damn. And that's why I fuck with my baby mother, and that's why I'm like, I need our relationship to be good, because it's like, she was breaking it down for me. She's like, yo, you don't be around as much, and I think it was just that building up was too much for her at that moment. And on top of that, she was sick, and she was whatever. So it's just like, I was just like, oh, I feel a little bit better now, but it's just like,
Yeah,
yo, this
you
shit is-
definitely, but I could.
this shit
You
is
definitely gonna be one of them pops that they gonna love to vent to. They be able
Who?
to talk to your
I
kids. That's a-
I want that, and especially moving forward with my daughter. That's why I'm gonna go chill with her today.
Fire.
But what I realized, and I'm taking from Kobe, is we don't have something. You know what I mean?
We don't take it.
We don't have something. Like, cause I'm not
Copy,
I'm not a
copy,
dad
copy,
who's gonna
copy.
play with dolls. I'm sorry. Call me whatever the fuck you want. I'm not playing with dolls. I'm not playing makeup. I might do tea party every once in a blue. Probably on birthday parties and all her friends there. I'll play teacup or whatever. But I'm not dressing up. If we doing teacup thing, I'm gonna dress up as a king. I'm gonna have a crown. I'm gonna be in male clothing, and it's like, I'm the king, and I'll play my part, whatever case may be. But it's just like, I'm not gonna be dressed up in princess clothes playing a fairy. Like, I'm not that daddy. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want. Painting my toenails, nah. Like, we could go to the nail salon and I'll take you to go get your nails done, and even get my shit fake done too with you. but I'm not gonna get my shits painted or glossed nothing. I'm just like, yo, I guess you could clip my fucking fingernails. And I hope I don't kick you in your face when you try to do my feet. If we going that far, like my daughter's probably gonna want to do that one day, cause she's like me and she's like, I wanna record this and let's put this on YouTube. Cause she gonna be a YouTuber, and the fact that I'm getting into that shit, I'm gonna use that as a reward system. Like, you doing good in school, we could do YouTube videos and things. You could still record them shits, but we're not gonna let you post them shits or do any of that shit with that, because you fucking up with school. Cause it's like, she already at that point. I already see she cares more what the collective group thinks over than the teacher or authority. Yeah. She already got that from me, and it's just like she know her power. So just to please the teacher is not gonna be enough for her to do well in school. She gonna need an incentive, and it's like she really fuck with the you. But that's what I'm thinking. We don't have a thing. You know what I mean? Kobe, when he said once he and Gianna got back, when she became onto basketball, their relationship grew because she got to ask him questions and they got to grow like that. That's how it happened with me and my pops, where he was the super. He owned all his houses. He was the landlord. So that's why he never failed. That's why he never quit with me, because like we worked well together. And that's why it used to fuck him up that I used to do so bad in school. Because he was like, yo, my nigga, when we work together, nigga, it's like peanut butter and jelly. Like, I can't understand how you can't go to the school and
do the same.
And the teacher be like, you was standing on top of the desk shaking your ass. And I'm just like, because I don't give a fuck about the teacher. I give a fuck about making all the kids happy and enjoying themselves and enjoying myself. When I'm with you, helping you is what I'm looking for. That's what makes me happy. So that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm looking for. So it's just like, if I don't have no incentive to that teacher, and there was certain teachers that I fucked with, and that's like, I was Corey Matthew with Feeney in the class. I would be loud and thing, but it's like I would be contributing to the lesson. It wouldn't be like I'm distracting. I'd be like making everybody laugh at the kid in the book rather than you know what I mean. So it would almost make everybody pay attention, because it's like if there's a funny joke, Remy's gonna speak out loud, and he's disrupting the class, but it's still.
So they extended your kick out time.
No, it was some teachers just knew how to finesse me.
I mean, you was part of the lesson though.
Some teachers knew how to finesse me.
Exactly.
My third grade teacher was the first one who knew how to finesse me. Her name was Miss Dorothy.
That's
She was the greatest.
Yo, that's some real Jedi.
She knew the type of kid I was, and she used that to her advantage. And that's what you gotta do. If you teaching in a classroom setting, that's what you gotta do. And that's why I always like having kids in a group than one-on-one with kids. One-on-one with a kid is so much harder than a group of kids. Because with a group of kids, there's always an alpha. If you get the alpha to follow you, everybody else fall in line. Point blank, period. He will get them in line almost. Mm-hmm. And then if he looks up to you, it's over.
Definitely.
And then if he don't look up to you and you get his respect, it's over. But teachers don't know this dynamic. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not a teacher. I'm gonna be an entertainer, so I can fuck up that dynamic before I even meet you. You already put me on a pedestal, so everything I say you're gonna be listening to is gold. But even when I'm telling you to go, there's gonna be so many jokes intertwining it. You're not gonna even see that I'm teaching you Master Splinter shit, wax on, wax off shit. You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, I get why I'm funny now. I get why
I'm funny now.
I get why God made sure people don't take me serious. Because it's like, to hear some hard shit, if you don't take it so serious, it might be a little bit easier to digest.
Yeah, you slow it down.
You know what I mean? It's like, and you told me that shit too, because you was like, when you never meet me with that smile and it wasn't that energy, what do you think I was doing with my big mothers? I met them with the smile? Nah, I was like, shit never fucking worked. So it's like, what's crazy is now the other situation talking about sensitivity. My baby mother. I got all and I realized that shit. I was like, nigga, I gotta soften up so I can actually be penetrated by what the fuck she's actually trying to tell me right now. You know what I mean? Cause I'm hard up. Nothing's. I'm fucking Luke Cage. I'm bulletproof.
Mm-hmm.
But if I soften up, what if I become like fucking?
Learn that.
I'll be able to absorb
That
this shit.
That's a lesson.
It's like
I
vision.
have,
You know
boy.
what I mean? Know when to be. And the thing about it too was when she was giving me, because I failed in the because she was telling me this in the beginning, without the rah rah. But I brought the rah rah, which brought the rah rah out of her. So now I have to be vision and get her rah rah. And it's like I had to eat that bullet because I understand I brought the rah rah out of her. When I raise my voice, the rah rah is coming out. So as a man, I had to know. And the thing about it, not even as a man, in any and every relationship, you know what I mean? Why the fuck are you raising your voice, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Self-control. Stop being so sad. Yeah, you could be passionate about something,
Yeah.
but you don't have to raise your voice. You can intensify your voice. You don't have to raise it. And it's just like, oh, understanding that and now applying that. Because even with my daughter, I know that.
Yeah.
When I get low, yo, Maya, if you don't stop right now, like, it's not looking good for you. Like,
It's not looking
I
good for
really
you.
need you to chill. You don't see how you make your mother feel right now? Like, I need you to chill. And she resonate with that more than like, Maya, chill.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your mother.
Yeah. You talk. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Eventually, you just sound like there's orders.
That nigga just talking.
Sit, stand. Yeah. Eventually. Facts.
So it's just like, oh, okay. And it's like, my baby mother's been telling me this for years, nigga. And it's just like, oh, damn. All right, sit down, eat the fucking bullet. But that's crazy. Cause we wanted to shift into that. Who the black man vent to? So since after that, when would you say that situation happened with you?
Probably what, like a year and a half?
A year and a half ago?
Yeah.
So before then, did you ever vent about situations to people?
Of course.
And what would you say they were mostly? Was it like males, other males? Was it females? Was it
Males.
female friends?
Probably
Was
more-
it older guy? Like
more males. More males.
your peers or like?
Peers. I mean, shit. I don't know. I get advice. Eventually, it don't even matter. Word. Like I could talk to an old friend or a coworker or some shit, and they'll give me some game. You feel me? That just works because I chose to vent.
Right.
Like Andres from
Yeah.
Work List. Yeah, I spoke. I don't know what. I just started telling him about the situation and shit. He gave me some game there, like, oh, but that
Yo,
would have never happened.
Yo, Andres, yeah, I was telling him about stand up, and I was just like, what's crazy is I never did stand up, and I'm like a fucking doctor in stand. Like I study that shit to the fucking T. Like it's ridiculous. I be giving niggas stand up tips, and I ain't never fucking do stand up. I'm like, but I be seeing what they do, cause I'm observant like a motherfucker. But I was just like, I've been writing a lot of transgender jokes and gay jokes, and I don't want to offend I don't want to offend that community. I really want them to be able to laugh at the jokes that I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like genuinely, because that's not where I'm not coming from a place of malice. Like I don't give a fuck if I understand or don't understand you. I've come to a point in my life where it's just like I'm not trying to judge shit. You know what I mean? If I may not agree with it, but even if I don't agree with it, the only reason I'm arguing or talking about it is to, like you said, I want to understand shit. You know what I mean? That's where I feel most comfortable when I understand. Like, you know what I mean? When you told me the story about the girl, the first thing I thought about was what made that barrier appear in her life. It's just like I think I can learn from everybody. I take
Yeah, you
advice
have
from
to.
my advice. I vent to the universe, like literally,
Yeah, facts.
and
I
like
agree
the
with that.
universe you know what I mean? Whether it be like a conversation with somebody, and the thing about it is like I don't talk about my situations to anybody. Think about it, and the thing about it too is like when I do talk to somebody about it. What's crazy now, I'm thinking about it, is my biggest situation that I had, I vented to myself about it. I used to make videos in my room on my laptop, and I would watch them.
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just be talking about how I'm feeling, and then I'll be smoking weed, and then talking about how I'm feeling, and then I would just watch them back, and then like a couple of months went by, and then I would watch it back again, and I was just like, wow. But it's just like, I think because of meditation, I stopped. The main person I used to vent to was my first baby mother. But once we broke up and everything, and our big split happened, you know what I mean? And even before that, I couldn't vent to her anymore. So it's just like, I didn't. Right. So what happened was, it was almost like the same thing with weed. Because once she got pregnant and she stopped smoking weed, and then once she was able to smoke weed again, she was like, nah, I'm not with the shits.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you are my smoking buddy. You know what I mean? I never smoked by myself until after she think, and then that's when I gained my personal relationship with weed and all of that shit. You know what I mean? But it's just like, that allowed me to grow, and you know what I mean? Because before that, weed was just recreational, something I do with my friends to enjoy the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you touched on something good though. Venting, the most important venting is done itself. That's a fact. Like,
That's right.
the most important venting, that's done. That's gonna be done with self. Like, because as we speaking about venting to people, you have, me personally, like you said, I vent to people for they could give me feedback. They gonna give me advice.
But the thing about it is, like, what's crazy is when I vent about my situation, I don't vent. I don't talk about my situation literally out loud until like remember when I was telling you about the situation between me and my baby mother, right?
Yeah.
In the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't venting. It was more like a testimony, really. You know what I mean? I vented in my music, bro.
Yeah.
I vent in my music.
Mm-hmm.
It started once I started writing.
My shit is my writing too.
I vent in my music. I don't vent to people. And I think what's crazy is I have three older brothers, but we don't really talk about relationships in a too specific scenario. You know what I mean? I think we all understand that we don't want to overextend our, I don't know, it's like an unwritten law. It's just like we don't judge each other's relationships or situations. Excuse me. And it's just like, and we don't really, at least me, I don't know how my brothers communicate with each other, but the only time we talk about situations is if I opened up to them about it. But they never came and felt like they had to spit game to a youngin' or whatever. Even if I was going through a difficult situation, it was only until I came through. They got my father's approach. Like, I ain't telling that nigga shit unless he asks me, because it's none of my business type shit. But it's just like, I guess because I was the youngest and I always did go ask. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I was too embarrassed to ask about certain situations. Oh, when I went to, when I had to start taking the classes, that was a great, and that's why I wanted to start this, when I started going to the classes, because I got a domestic violence charge for that whole situation, right? So then when I started going to the classes and I started learning about domestic violence, fuck my situation, because my situation is a fucking a miracle, you know what I mean? Especially with what it did to me in my life and what I want to do with that, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I was so fucking lucky, and I was you can even say the exception, but you see how I tell the story. I was supposed to leave.
Yeah.
I don't put nothing on her. And you understand? And it's just like, we as men don't, and that's what I learned in that class. We as men don't monitor our emotions. That's not something we're aware of and making sure we good at. You know what I mean? Women naturally are able to feel and figure that out as they're growing up because they get to quote unquote, they more so because it's not even like thing, because whenever a woman starts to express herself, most of society, especially men, be like, yo, you doing too much. But they still bold enough to still do it and actually get the shit out somewhat, you know what I mean? But as men, the only emotion we're really able to broadcast is anger. You know what I mean? And even now, where this whole toxic masculinity, because the only fucking, you know what I mean? If you get mad, women won't think you a bitch. And it's almost like, quote unquote, ego empowering. You look strong now. I'm mad. And people are intimidated by you. It's almost attractive to a woman who's insecure and thinks she needs somebody who's intimidating to protect her. You know what I mean? So it's just like, but it's not a real character or positive character trait. It's a insecurity supporting another insecurity, and that's why y'all clicked, or that's why y'all were able to connect, because your insecurity support my insecurity, which makes us work together. You know what I mean? Just it don't work for the best, but it works. You know what I mean?
Now, yes.
So not even for the now, it works for the negative. But the thing about it is like, work is work. I just made a video yesterday about consistency. We're all consistent. It's just what's on your consistent list. Whatever the fuck you consistent at is why you are where the fuck you are in life. Now, if you want to change that, change what you're consistent at. And once you're able to change what you're consistent at, you change your list, like literally change, like remove shit that you don't want there and put shit that you do want there. Not just add shit onto it, because you're not going to have enough time in the fucking day to do all that shit. So you got to be able to remove shit and add things. And then when you get to certain points in your life, you know what I mean? Like, I understand that because of my situation, I have to now make priority time for my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one's going to do it for me. You know what I mean? With my son, I have to go watch him. I'm like, when do I have to come watch him? With my daughter, I have to go schedule when to go. You know what I mean? So that's why yesterday I called my baby. I'm like, yo, what you doing tomorrow? Blah, blah, blah. To set up today where I could go chill with her. Because it's like, even with the whole argument that we was having when she was telling me about myself, I'm not around enough.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. Fuck if you're a good dad when you're around. You're not around enough. She miss your ass. She don't think you care because you're not there.
Facts.
Simple as that. Simple, and it's like, oh, copy. And it's like, I gotta do that shit. And that's different for me. I never had to, and even with her growing up, I always was like, when do I have to go pick her up? When is the thing? Is she good? Blah, blah, blah. But now that's not the situation. It's like what Kevin Hart said. I was watching the Kevin Hart shit. He said, I knew you really fucked with your kids when you got a divorce from your wife, and you didn't have to be there. You know what I mean? But you still made it a priority for you to have your kids and be around your kids. That's when I realized, oh, you a fucking dad and you take this shit serious, and you a different type of nigga. You know what I mean? And it's just like, at that point right now, I'm at that point where it's just like, yeah, life doesn't make it easy for me to see my daughter, but it's just like, I want to start a podcast, I want to do all this shit, but am I going to also make my daughter or seeing or being around my daughter a priority?
Facts.
If you are, you have to now prioritize that into your life. The same way you prioritize, oh, when we going to shoot this podcast?
Exactly,
oh,
bro.
When I'm going to link up with the bud man to get this weed? When I'm going to...
So
you know what I mean? So it's just like...
how long we been talking? Sensitive and venting? How long we been talking, bro? How long is this?
I think we hit the hour. I think we had hour or 4.
That shit was...
But the thing about it, what's crazy is like, this is what the show is about, bro.
That's a fact.
Like, venting. Not necessarily venting, because I don't really care to vent. I feel like, at least that's what works for me. You know what I mean? I understand it works differently for other people. I personally, I don't like talking about stuff negatively. And especially if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I don't want to talk bad about them. if I'm venting, it's very hard to prevent that. You know what I mean? So even now, when I was telling you the situation between me and my baby mother, I never talk malice about her.
But then you can't be that sensitive, man. We in a relationship, bro. We shared bodies, we shared fluids. You can't be that sensitive when I'm telling you about yourself.
Oh no, it's no. See, that's the thing that we don't realize.
What?
That's when we're the most fucking sensitive.
Facts.
Cause no, cause we shared body, we shared.
Yeah.
So we've been so open with each other. So
Right.
now, with that being said, you have to be super sensitive. You telling them
Yeah.
about themselves, but you gotta be super sensitive when you tell them about themselves. And if you're not, and you fuck up and you hit
Yeah.
one of those triggers, understand that you fail in translating what you were trying to communicate to her. Cause the trigger now, especially with
so
who
that-
you're dealing with,
so
the
I
trigger
feel-
might have just the trigger. Like there's certain people once they're
Yeah.
triggered, you're not gonna be able to continue that conversation to the next day.
So it's my failure because I tried multiple ways for you to get it. You couldn't get it, so that's my failure, nigga.
It's if
Come
you
on.
what you gotta understand
I
is this how communication work. It's not just your job to be able to compute what you're saying.
Mhm.
It's your job for it to translate without like it's like the way communication work is you gotta walk through a field of landmines to
Yeah.
deliver a package.
I understand that.
Now, if you hit a landmine,
Yeah.
the message just blew up. So you now have to send another motherfucker. You know what I mean?
As your-
so
like
so
copy
now
it.
another motherfucker might be in the next day. It might mean when
but
y'all
as your
actually calm
partner-
down.
but as your partner,
It doesn't matter who
It-
it is. It
copy.
applies for any and everybody.
it does. But if you understand, listen, before you get to me, it's gonna be mad landmines. You have to understand. So work with me, nigga. I may hit one or two, bro. You feel me? You have to work with me, bro. I don't care. Your past shit. I
Right.
understand all that.
But see, the thing about it is,
What?
this is what. Look. I get you, and I respect
Facts,
everything you're
bro.
saying. But so I don't get upset the way you get upset. It's not.
That's not even upset.
It's not that.
why I gotta take the whole blame.
It's not their job to work with you. If you really want to get that message to
Yeah.
them, and that's your primary goal,
Facts.
understand you the first time it's not gonna work. The second
That's understood.
100
though.
times might
That's
not
understood.
work because you keep walking into the same fucking landmines. And I think what we really get upset is that we keep walking into the same fucking landmines and we don't know how to get around the landmines. So it's like it's now become like a wall or a barrier where it's like we can't get past.
I think that's cheating. That's cheating the nigga who done figured different ways to not hit landmines. But we humans at the end, huh?
It's still long, but this
Oh, you
is
gotta
such
do
a
that?
this landmine shit is so
Facts.
powerful. We probably just end it after this landmine because this whole.
Yeah,
This
it's
thing
gonna
is
be a whole
powerful.
nother thing.
But
facts.
it's like
I gotta take a fucking-
you get credit, but it's just like again that's ego.
Nah, I don't even want the credit.
The thing about
I just
it is
want
like-
the understanding.
See, the thing about it is like if you fucking talking to the landmine, they're not gonna get the understanding
Copy.
because the trigger has been triggered.
But that's
So now, what you might need
There's
to
signs-
do?
isn't there signs, though,
Right.
in landmine fields?
So what you might need to do is deactivate a landmine.
Exactly.
But the thing about it is like it's not your job. But if you choose to be with this person and stay
Yeah,
with this
exactly.
person,
If you choose.
understand.
If you choose.
If understand that you made this choice that I'm gonna stay here and take as long as it's gonna take for me. No, because people always say
no,
at the
that's a-
end, you wasted my time. And it's
It's
like,
a
nah,
fact.
that's bullshit.
Facts.
You
Facts.
chose to stay here. You had a part in it. Nigga, unless, don't get me wrong, there's certain situation, motherfuckers got the guns to heads and shit. I'll kill you if you leave.
Mhm.
Those are the exceptions. And that's very real. That's a very real situation. So I'm not gonna exclude that. But I'm saying the ones that we do have control over. You know what I mean?
Copy,
And it's
copy.
just like,
We gonna leave it.
if you choose to stay and the fucking shit keep blowing
Stay.
up in your face,
Nah, that's a fact. That's a given.
understand
that's
that
insanity.
that's where it's not even insanity
It's the
because
same shit.
understand that what love is
It's just-
is understanding that it's gonna blow up in your face
Falling in love is literally falling, nigga. Your mind is.
understand that you have to be okay with them feeling and you're falling in love with the
Yeah.
process of them
I'm
figuring
feeling
that shit out.
exactly the
And you
tedious
wanna
shit.
go through the journey of them figuring you don't even want to fix them. You find that you see their flaw, but it's not even your problem, and you've learned how to adjust yourself, or you've already come in a place where it doesn't affect you. You know what I mean? So that's why you could be with this person, because your flaw doesn't affect me, but I know you're gonna get it. Like you say, like with Talia, you got it. It's just you don't have it right now, and it's frustrating that she. You know what I mean? Because she has so much more than you had at when you was you see so much of her, but it's just like.
Listen, man,
she don't get it when the fuck she get it.
That, man.
But
Say that for another episode.
That's a fact, though.
Talking shit, man.
But like, yo, that's at the end of the day, that's what the fuck this podcast is supposed to be about.
OD.
Black man venting, not just venting, but talking their testimony and what they learned from this shit.
Exactly.
And it's just like we sharing a pool of knowledge where niggas can actually go somewhere, get some information, be able to apply it in their actual life, and then be able to benefit on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean?
Dig a little deeper.
That being said, it's your boy Remy Roy, Closing the Ruckus. D gotta go take a piss, so we out, motherfucker. Ace. It's gonna take a minute. Today, you wanna stay by? Nah, she said fuck y'all nigga.